Thanks for tuning in for this week's Ellen Show. I am Ellen Degenerate, and this week we have with us a special guest, an aspiring entrepreneur. His name is Amit Gulati. Amit is a sophomore in FSB with a desire to pursue both accounting and entrepreneurship. Amit, welcome.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So I understand you have had some failures in your life.
I have.
How many times would you say you have failed?
So many. Whether it's plans not going as desired or girls at bars saying no when I ask them to dance.
Well, is there any one specific moment you failed? Like one that stuck out more than others?
In September of 2015, I experienced probably the worst failure of my life.
Oh my God, that's terrible. What happened?
I started training for triathlons, and in September of 2015, I attempted my second one in Buffalo, New York. It was called the Nickel City Triathlon. The order of the race was swim, bike, run. So after the gun went off, the swim began. I finished that no problem, but then it was time for the bike ride.
Wow, that sounds very intense. You must have been in really good shape.
Yes, I had to be. Anyway, the bike ride was only supposed to be 18.3 miles, but sometimes things don't go as planned. So I began the ride, and this was the most difficult thing I had ever done. The inclines were so steep and never-ending, and there were semi-trucks rushing by. There were not supposed to be any semis on the road. Finally, after what felt like 5 hours, I could see people cheering, and I could see my family. They were pointing to the transition point I was supposed to turn into so I could begin the run. I was just so focused on the road ahead that I kind of missed that by 12 miles.
You missed the turn by 12 miles? You poor child.
Yes, I was destroyed when I realized this. I couldn't believe I'd put so much work in and that I'd messed up so badly. I rode back to the transition point crying, sobbing actually. All I could think was, why would this happen to me? Why did I miss that turn? Why did they not just mark the track better? I was just consumed with anger, frustration, and self-pity. Once I finally made it back, I threw my bike like 7 feet, and I just laid down and cried. I watched everyone else celebrate and cross the finish line, including close family friends and my own best friend. Everyone else rejoiced. I sulked.
Oh my goodness. This truly sounds like it would have been a terrible experience. If it were me, I don't know what I would do. I probably would have just rode into oncoming traffic. Was it something that I said?
No, you're totally fine. I used this moment as motivation for my next triathlon the following year. I told myself I would not give up, no matter what. I trained harder than ever before, and when I saw that finish line at the end of the race, I sprinted past it. I was absolutely ecstatic and proud of my accomplishment, as I set a personal record of completing the race in 1 hour and 30 minutes.
That's amazing. What did you learn from this?
I learned that failure can provide learning lessons if handled with an open mind and willingness to learn.
That's so true and so insightful. So I hear that you are interested in the FSB Entrepreneurship Co-Major. How do you feel that learning from this experience makes you worthy of being admitted into the program?
Learning from failure is something that is integral in being a successful person and entrepreneur, and that's what I did in this instance. I use failure as a form of motivation, but most importantly, I see failure as an opportunity for growth. Lastly, I never let failure keep me from achieving my goals, due to my persevering nature and ability to bounce back.
Well, I know if I was in charge of the program, you'd definitely be my top candidate for admission.
That's very humbling, but it all depends on Dr. Friedman and the entrepreneurship department.
Ladies and gentlemen, a final round of applause for Mr. Gulati as we wish him the best of luck through the process.